Sorry you guys, I'm eating a cookie. Hello everyone, welcome to Century Countess. In today's video we're doing something special. We are about to try horror movie TV series food. What do I mean by that? I'll show you. Stranger Things Pizza has basically released the Surfer Boy pizza. We are having the iconic pizza that is seen in the series Stranger Things. This is the box. I'm going to try to preserve this, by the way. It is hand-tossed style crust, Netflix Stranger Things, radical pepperoni pizza, and believe me when I say this, it is radical. When I open this box, I already opened it. We're waiting for the oven to heat up to cook this pizza, and it is like literally you can't see anything because it's just covered in pepperoni, but I will show you when it is nice and toasty and ready to eat. So this, well actually I can actually show, this is kind of what it looks like, but there is more pepperoni on here than it is in the picture. It's like you don't see the cheese, it's just pure pepperoni. We got our main character. I keep mixing her up with 6 from Little Nightmares, and I'm trying to remember her name is 11. I hope I have that right, because I will be honest, I only seen season 1 of Stranger Things, and after that, a whole bunch of chaos happened. I don't have cable. I can only watch stuff through the internet, and I have a limited amount, and I'm eating a cookie by the way. I have a limited amount of income. Money, so I can't really. I've already bill wise. Let's just say after bills and everything, I don't have that luxury to basically watch stuff for high prices. I have seen some clips of the second season. I think I did see an episode or 2 at the second season. And I saw that our main girl was staying with the sheriff. I think he's the sheriff at the time. And I'm just trying to backtrack on everything I can remember. So as far as I know, our main male character's family sucks. His sister's okay, but I don't like his father or his mother. I have never seen parents that strict. But I will say this, if they were my parents, I will be honest, I remember this one episode where they were so brutal about him moving something. Hold on. Oh. You guys see that? That is so strange. This pizza box acts weird with the light. That's so strange. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I got distracted from my excitement. Let me just put this down so you have bright light. So I cannot stand his parents. His parents are so strict. And I remember there was a time where they were like telling him to, I can't remember exactly, but it was just so rude. And it's like, say, you better fill up that box of junk. And it's like, if it were me, if I had that question happen, guess what I would do? All the crap that I didn't really care for that they gave me, that I pretended to like, that would be the pile up. That would be what I'd put in there. But yeah, I think that's another reason why I didn't watch it, is because I just could not stand the main male character's parents. I love the fact that Winona Ryder is in it. It was actually the first time I saw Winona Ryder in a kind of a non-main character type of vibe, where and then she's like the low, I hate to say, describing the character like this, but like a low-income mom, so she just, she wasn't like done up, she was more like casual, like basically what people look like every day, with a real, so yeah. But yeah, it's really cool. I like the series, but like I said, I just could not finish it. I apologize for Stranger Things fans, but it's just I had my various reasons. Some personal, because, like I said, I couldn't stand the main boy character's parents. They were just irking me. And and I can't afford cable, and I can't afford special bits, because, money-wise. But if ever I get the opportunity to see an episode or two, I do watch. So, yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to try this because it's like, in horror movies where you want to try what you see in the movie. You seriously want to try what you see in the movie because it looks really good. And the characters, like, literally brag about it. They stuff their faces with it. So now we have the opportunity. So enough about my rant. I am going to pause it here. And we are going to prepare this lovely dish. So, give me a few minutes, and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, I'm going to show it to you. There it is. Look at that pepperoni. Isn't that crazy? Sorry. We're waiting for it my brain's not working. We're waiting for the oven to heat up. It should be heated up pretty soon. The percentage is 425 heat-wise. So we're going to put it in, and then afterwards, I'll show you what it looks like after. We'll show it to you in a plate, cut into a slice, and we'll get back with you. Okay, we're back from the entranceway. My kitchen is right near my entrance door, and long story short, there is somebody that has moved into our building who has, let's just say, some Jerry Springer drama, and they're very enticed that I have a cat. And long story short, bad news, and I don't want anything to do with them because they are bad news, and I've already heard what type of bad news it is, and I don't want to get involved with that, so I've been very polite, I'm talking about, like, very politely telling her, not interested. That's cute that your cat's super, super nice, and she's trying to force the meeting. And it's like, I know what's going to happen after that. And plus, they're socializing with the toxic people. So I don't want her business that she has with them to be, I'm trying to say, I don't want my business to be involved in them. And it's kind of awful that I'm gossiping. But it's just, that's why I was quiet earlier. If you were wondering why I was kind of like whispering in a low tone, that's why, because she is right, literally. I just took the garbage out real quick, and she's right out there laying on on the ground, leaning up against the floor, playing with her phone, and just like, I want my candy. And I'm like, I'm not interested. So, yeah. So it's one of those. I can't wait to move out of here, you guys. Seriously, I cannot wait to get the letter saying you can move out of here. Because this is crazy. Alright, you guys, we just put the pizza in the oven. It's going to be 22 minutes, so I thought we'd do some show and tell while we wait. I've already gossiped about my new neighbor from hell. We're going to call her Catwoman, who brings in violent guests. So, for those of you who've been asking about when am I going to do more doll projects, I'm already getting started. These are some really good bodies, by the way. You can get them off of Temu for a decent price, but they make you buy it in large bulk. So, for these will appease the Temu gods when there's a price thing, when you have to buy more than one item. Thank goodness. And besides, I need more of these anyway. So it gave me a pretty good excuse. So, because on eBay, one of these on eBay sells for almost $30, when I can go on Temu and get the exact same thing with the exact same potential for more quantity for $5 off than the price that I got off of eBay. So let me show it to you. The reason why is because I like the detail of the nails. Look how long her nails are. It's going to be fun painting them. And the joints are really nice. They're almost, they're slightly stiff a little bit, so you have to kind of play with them a little bit to loosen them up. The only thing that she doesn't have is articulation in the ankle, but she has articulation everywhere, just basically. She can like do the little jiggle jiggle here. And so this body will be at least one of the four is going to be for the April O'Neil, what the animated version of April O'Neil would look like if it was a 1970s series and not a late 80s, early 90s series. Alright. The next item that we have is one of our heads. So, this is another head. Now, this head is very special. It can have its eyes positioned, but what I like to do is I'll put a foam clay. I'll take this little notch out of it to make the whole peg better, larger, so it fits onto the head properly, because the peg that it comes with is so tight you can't really fit the head in properly. So yeah, so we take that out, and then we use, now this item I get from Amazon. It's called a foam clay cut sand prime paint. Great for cosplay, by the way. This is what I use to make my Queen Millennia crown. But here's the head. It's basically another another head sculpt that I found for the new version of the Miss Dayu doll. For those of you who know who Miss Dayu is from Instagram, there is, I think, a gallery section where you can see past stories of the Miss Dayu doll project. You can see the original, and you can see the new one. But this is another head made from the same sculpt as Miss Dayu. Now the eyes can move. There's a mechanism that can make the eyes move, but since I have foamed it, since I'm going to foam it up, I had to take the scalp off, remove the peg, glue the scalp on permanently, so now there's no way, because it's not going to be removable anymore when we put it on. So I got the eyes positioned how I want them. So when we put the foam in, it's going to look like this, but we're waiting for her hair to dry, her scalp to dry, her scalp to her skull, before we do anything like that. Anything like that. This is the lovely April O'Neil, or soon to be April O'Neil. This is what she looks like so far. We're going to give her just a little bit of eyeshadow. We're going to paint her nails, of course, but she's on her body and she was already ready to go. Her hair was a little bit of a mess, so we kind of styled it into the April O'Neil style from the animated series that kind of gave it a 70s kind of wave to it. She's in a temporary outfit, but when we do the video of her in better detail, you'll see the fun bits. At least we'll try to put in the fun bits, but here's a close-up because this is as best as we can do it, you guys. But she's in an outfit for modesty reasons, of course. But I will say this, I am so glad that both this one and the Miss Dayu and the long-haired doll that I just showed, the long-haired doll head that I just showed you, match the skin tone of these, because sometimes, which is the downside of these, sometimes the skin tones don't match. And these two match, so I don't have to do any extra painting, because I don't think I have any more Mod Podge, because after I paint the skin, I like to go over it with Mod Podge to seal it in. And then, let me show you this real quick. I'm going to unwrap it off camera so you don't see my address, because I don't have a P.O. box. I don't know when and if I'll have a P.O. box for fans to send me things if I get to that point. And I'm not about to share my address online. Right, that's a receipt. Now these right here, I'm only using one of these. And it's for the Amidala costume. It's a little dangly bit that's on her headpiece that we're going to be making with our cosplay foam clay, by the way. It will be something off camera, so like I said in the last sequence of the Amidala wig video, I am done with that part of the project. I am done filming that, and as I mentioned in that footage, whenever I do cosplay that involves a franchise as strong as that, it doesn't go well with me. And so we're going to do the last bits off camera. But hold on a sec, I have more. Here is one of the sleeves for the Amidala costume. And just to let you guys know, we are filming footage of that. It's going to be very unique. Excuse my bed, by the way. I just woke up from a nap. And I didn't make my bed, so I apologize for a messed up bed. But, there it is. All the details. We still have to add the fur trim at the end. No biggie. We did have a little bit of an accident. We accidentally spilt a little bit of Faygo cotton candy soda on it. But we were able to save it. It now permanently smells of cotton candy though, because we have to be very careful with this fabric as it's sensitive, especially velvet, so we had to wipe it clean with a damp rag. Sounds awful, sounds immoral, but yes. And we do have to kind of stretch out this end a bit, the inseam a bit, because it does do that, and we don't want that. So we will be hopefully fixing that by basically pulling the extra amount out from this end, pinning it like you see here. We already have it pinned, but what we're doing is very one at a time. We're just pulling it out kind of like this. This is going to be one hell of a long video, you guys. So I think this was just going to be a Stranger Things, let's try Stranger Things pizza, but now I think we're going to title this video let's try Stranger Things pizza plus show and tell. So, yes. So yeah, we're going to stretch it a bit and then stitch it when we get it to where we want it. And then we'll start laying it. Now here's the thing, this patch is not fully stitched down, it's just stitched down where it needs to be stitched, because, hold on, because where I'm going to show it to you, the patch continues up the shoulder bit, past the shoulder, a little bit towards the neck part of the Amidala costume. So when we sew this sleeve on, which is going to be very fun, I will not do that on camera because it's going to need a lot of concentration, and I'm not good at talking and doing stuff at the same time, as you noticed with the Amidala wig. It's better for me just to do tactic stuff like this off camera, so you'll probably see the completed sleeves. You'll see a good bit of the construction, I'm telling you, you'll see a good bit of the construction from cut out pieces, etc., etc. And then you'll see it in its full glory when it is done. Yes. And if I did not mention, I was going to do the underdress in a video and then the main dress that goes over it, but I decided to do the entire bit in one whole video. Fingers crossed I have enough space on my Chromebook to do all that. Alright, enough's enough about that. So that's it. I am going to pause it here. It looks like, let me put on my extra eyeballs. There's 9 minutes left, so I'm going to take 9 minutes to prepare my beverage, to get things settled in, and we shall show off the Stranger Things pizza try it out and see if we like it. And here it is, you guys. So this is the iconic Surfer Boy pizza from Stranger Things. Let me push this back a bit so I have room. Alright. This is probably going to burn the inside of my mouth because it is still slightly hot after waiting for 5 minutes. You guys, this is $7. Normally I don't pay that much for pizza, but I'm willing to splurge that this lasts for a while because this is some really good pizza. Okay. Oh yeah. Guys, that's good. I'm probably going to buy a couple more of these. I'm probably going to bankrupt myself before the end of the month and starve. But hopefully maybe I might survive on all of these. Not gain my weight back. Because I already know this is going to be addicting and I'm going to be sad when it's gone. Because with my luck, when stuff this good comes out, it's either a limited time or they don't put it on the shelves where I go shopping. And then wherever else I go, it's not the exact kinda that I like. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was unique. It wasn't set up as I thought it would be because I forgot that there was going to be a time limit, but at least you guys got to see a show and tell of some future projects, some videos that are coming. You got a glimpse of my Halloween costume and some other fun bits. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell, and leave comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.